is everybody has a story. Every single person. Now, it may not look like mine. Your story might have started in childhood, maybe some type of abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, or physical abuse. Or your trauma could have happened in adulthood, a betrayal, a cheat, whatever it is. We all have that pain area in our life. And everybody, whatever it is that had happened to you, you do have a right to be angry. You do have a right to blame. You do have a right to feel like you don't want to ever forgive people. You do have a right to hold resentment. You have every right in the world. And a lot of stories that I hear, of course you're angry. Of course you have walls up. Of course you don't trust people. Look at what you have been through. That's a natural response. That's a normal response to be. But I also tell people, with every right also comes a choice. And you can allow your experiences to make you wounded or wise. I chose the latter because I could spend my days angry at the doctor who's responsible for my son's meningitis, who's responsible for his seizures that we have to deal with all the time. I could spend my days worried if my son is going to have a seizure in the middle of the night and I can't be there, or I'm going to get another phone call in the middle of the school day and I have to rush to his school. I could spend my days worried all day. I could spend my days frustrated by the fact I couldn't understand half of what my son was saying to me. I also have every right to have those emotions for all the stuff that I have been through. But I don't want to be angry. I don't want to live my life in worry. I don't want to be frustrated all day. So I chose to use my experiences to make me wiser and not make me wounded and not make me a victim. So now back to the depression days before I healed myself. The reason I lost control over my mind, the reason I experienced all these awful thoughts and these difficult emotions is because I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to handle the mind. And when you don't know how to handle something, it'll become your enemy. It's just like if you're a parent, if you're a mom or a dad, and you don't know how to handle your children, what's going to happen to the household? What's going to happen with your family? It's going to fall apart. It's going to be messy. It's going to be chaos in there. Or if you're an employer and you have employees under you, you're a manager and you don't know how to handle your employees, what's going to happen to the business? You're going to lose money. The business is going to fail. The mind is supposed to be your employee. It's supposed to work for you. The mind's just like any other part of your body, like your legs. When you want to stand up, you direct your legs to do that. You want to go running, you direct your legs to do that. You want to jump up and down, you direct your legs to jump up and down, or your hands. If you want to type something, if you want to text somebody, if you want to wave, you direct your hand to wave. But what would happen if I picked up a knife and I just start stabbing myself all over the place? We would know something is wrong, right? If I just started hurting myself with my hand and with a knife, I know that something is wrong. The mind is just like that. When you criticize yourself, when you judge yourself, when you belittle yourself, when you say, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, there's something wrong because the mind's not working the way that you want it to work. Now, most people don't understand the role that the mind is supposed to play in your life. But when you know, when you understand, when you learn why you think the way that you do, why you feel the way you do, why certain emotions arise in your life. The mind can no longer hurt you. It's just a tool you're supposed to use for your benefit, just like any tool that you use. Let's say a chainsaw. A chainsaw is used to, cut down some trees. But if nobody's taught you how to use a chainsaw, or if nobody taught me how to use a chainsaw, I've never picked up a chainsaw in my life. And if you told me to, go cut down a tree outside, and I do that, 100%, I am going to hurt everybody around me, and I'm going to hurt myself. The same thing with the mind. When you don't know how to handle the mind, when you haven't been trained on how the mind works, you hurt yourself and you hurt other people around you. The mind's it's also like a video camera. If I want to shoot a movie and I've never seen a video camera in my life, and somebody says, okay, action, and I'm the director and I'm over here trying to shoot and all this stuff, but I don't even know how to zoom in, zoom out, everything's blurry and all this, it's crazy. What's my movie going to turn out? A hot mess. It's going to turn out crazy. But if I understand how the camera works, I can make the most beautiful film ever. I can make it exactly how I want it to be. And the mind is like that. If you know how to work it, if you understand the mechanics of the mind, you can create the most beautiful life for yourself. You can create the life that you want.